Hi, I'm Evie, and I'm changing my game's entire genre and engine after a month of development. Now, I know that sounds insane, but I promise it's reasonable, I think, at least. If you're not up to date, I'm working on a 70s coded post-nuclear game set in New Mexico called DUSTWORN. I have a few other devlogs in it, but those are in the old game and old genre, and they're also not the best. Originally, DUSTWORN was an isometric retro-styled shooter, which is fine, but there's a few problems with that which I'll outline in this video. The first one of which is... I've honestly never even really played third-person shooters, and I bet you're asking why I even decided to make one in the first place then. Well, it's because I thought it'd be easy to make and fit the art style, but the issue with that is I was worrying about visuals or ease of development before making something I'd actually want to play and it'd be fun. The only game similar to the old prototype I've ever played is Enter the Gungeon, and I've never really played much of it, mostly because I'm very, very bad at it, but my point still stands. There's no way I'd be able to make a good game if I don't even know what a good isometric third-person shooter is like fundamentally, which is why I'm deciding to change it to an FPS, but I'll get into that later on in the video. I'm not a game dev master, I've never claimed to be. I'm sure a better game dev than me could make my vision for this game fit into the old genre, but I'm not that better dev, I'm me. And for my vision of the game, an FPS fits best. This game is fundamentally built on top of the Fallout games are now all in first person, and modding those games is where my experience is in, and is where I could make best use of my resources. I love all the little details you can put into FPS maps, and I know it's possible to do that with the old genre, but again, I'm not the better dev. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've modded Fallout games. It's one of the things that got me into game development in the first place, and although that isn't the same as developing a game from scratch, the experience carries over, especially in things such as balancing, map development, and art. On top of that, throughout the years, I've ended up in one way or another making an FPS controller in the major engines, Unity, Godot, and Unreal, which means I have a fair amount of experience designing FPS games. This is more personal, but I'm also super passionate about the genre. It's probably my favorite video game genre, and I've done a ton of research, just for myself, not specifically for the game, on the genre and what makes an FPS game good. So, with all these reasons outlined, what am I doing instead? My vision for DUSTWORN now is a fast-paced Quake-style FPS made in Unity with early 2010s clunky 3D graphics. The reason I'm changing to Unity is very simpler. My modeler knows it, that's it. I've taken inspiration from games in the genre like Doom, Quake, Ultra Kill, and Blood Thief, but I'm also having my own mechanics like grappling and ziplining on power lines. It's not going to be open world like Fallout, that's way too large scale for 1 to 2 people. It's going to be more like the classic Fallout games in the sense there's a large overworld map, but only some areas are explorable down in first person. The big thing is I'm choosing an early 2010s art style, mainly because most of the games in this genre use a PSX art style, and I've never seen another game in this art style. Maybe for a good reason, but we'll find out together. And that's all for today. Sorry for the big gap, I'm working on a huge video on world building soon. Please be patient. Bye, see you.